Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumberyard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District Number 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Jackson and Giants Field. And quick apologies if you were tuned into our game earlier. Evanston's 10-6 win over Riverton. I was calling Kendall Cummings. I think it was Kendall Allred. And I went over to talk with the team between games, and Coach Thompson said, "That's my bad. That was on me." He had written the wrong last name next to Kendall. So I apologize that I didn't have that information. I was incorrect on that. Kendall Cummings. So we'll get that fixed and corrected right off the bat. Evanston just about getting ready to take on the Jackson Giants. Jackson, the home team. And I think we'll have a good one here today. The Outlaws played Jackson earlier this year on April 27th, and Jackson ended up with the win 12-6 in that game. Jackson comes in at 2-2. They lost to open the season against Post 6, then beat Evanston, then beat Rock Springs 14-4 before dropping a close one against Sheridan 2-0. And that was the last time that Jackson took the field, was April 28th. Outlaws with their win earlier today, again a 10-6 victory over Riverton. Evanston now 6-3 on the season. And got a big game from Gus Allred, who went 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. And Brendan Thompson, 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Jagger Mitchell, 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Just about to get underway here, Evanston and Jackson. And we'll set give you the couple of items of information real quick. Outlaws will bat the same order. It'll be Reed Gross, followed by Jagger Mitchell, Ryan Fisher, Seth Lloyd, Casey Perriman, Brendan Thompson, Gus Allred, Kendall Cummings, and then Jordan Schneider. Defensive outfield, the defense for the Jackson Giants on the mound, number 18, Nate Fairbanks. Behind the plate, 17, Quentin Bruno. We'll finish that as we go along. Reed Gross fouls his first pitch back to the screen for strike 1. At first is number 5, Will Walker. Second baseman is number 4, Parker Bledgy. Third base is 27, Connor Lang. Shortstop, number 2, Seth Christensen. Fairbanks with an 0-1 count on Reed Gross. Misses high. Ball 1. Outfield left to right. Number 3, Rowan Bruno. Number 11, Matt Ellingson. And number 25, Aaron Moya. 1-1 is the count. Fairbanks throws hard with the right hand, and he hits Gross. Reed makes no attempt to get out of the way and is hit by a high inside what looked like a fastball. Gross will take his base. So the Outlaws, for the second consecutive game, Reed Gross gets on base as the leadoff hitter. He led off with a single against Riverton. Brings Jagger Mitchell to the plate. Ryan Fisher on deck. Seth Lloyd in the hole if we get there. Fairbanks throws. Fisher cracks one deep down the left field line. Just foul. Ryan's first hit, or I'm jumping ahead, Jagger's first hit against Riverton was a nice single, but this one goes foul for strike one. We'll have batting fifth will be Casey Perriman. Batting sixth, Brendan Thompson. Gus Allred will follow. And then, as I mentioned, Kendall Cummings and Jordan Schneider batting eighth and ninth in this game for the Evanston Outlaws. Evanston with a runner on first. Reed Gross was hit by the pitch. Taking a lead. A little bit shorter this time, and he's going to head for second. The throw down is high. Gross in, slides in safe. There's no question there. The throw didn't even come close. Quentin Bruno threw from his knees and says, hey, that was my B. That was definitely a bad throw. It was just way too high. So, Outlaws with a runner on second and nobody out. The pitch came in, I believe, as a ball. So 1-1 the count to Jagger Mitchell. Takes ball two down in the dirt. That gets away from Bruno, but not too far. He blocked it out in front of him. And Reed Gross was about halfway to third before he stopped, turned around, and went back to second base. I believe we've got 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll see if the umpire will confirm that for us as this pitch comes in. Nate Fairbanks looks back to second, winds and delivers and throws one right past Mitchell. Jagger couldn't catch up. And I believe the count 2-2. And confirmed by the umpire. He holds up the peace signs with each hand. And the count is 2-2. Jagger awaits. Reed takes his lead at second base with no outs, top of the first. Just underway, Evanston and Jackson. Jagger swings at a high fastball and fouls it back. Not a protection swing there, but protected himself by getting his bat up high and fouling it off. Get another crack at it here. Jagger steps back in. He hits right. Fairbanks, as I mentioned, a right-handed pitcher. Jagger holds the bat out, waves it back and forth in front of the plate. Then as Fairbanks winds, Jagger pulls it back, puts it on his shoulder, and laces one into left field. That drops in front of Rowan Bruno. Reed Gross into third, and Jagger, with a single, is on first. Mitchell went 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored against Riverton. And the Outlaws have runners on the corners with no outs. And Ryan Fisher at the plate. Ryan will be pitching in this game. He's signed to play baseball in college. And is here for, I believe, the summer with the Outlaws. Steps in, he hits right, number 5. See what he can do to try and help himself as the Outlaws pitcher for today. Takes a high fastball, ball 1. Outlaws having a lot of fun. Fisher was smiling before he got into the box. He comes out, gives a point down to third, or points down to third base, and then steps back into the box. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the first with no outs and runners on the corners. Fisher, strike 1. Comes in at belt high level, and Fisher didn't want to chase one, let it go. Showing some patience here. Ryan, I talked to him between games. I said, that was a nice hit. He said, that's my first home run ever. That's a big one. But he also said, I'd rather go 4 for 4 with 4 singles than have a home run and then 0 for 3 in his other 3 at-bats. He struck out twice and grounded out to third. So Fisher into the box. 1-1 the count. Pitch is high, ball 2. Jagger took a big lead off of first there, but not going anywhere. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gross on third. Fairbanks in a jam early on. Misses high, ball 3 to Fisher. Get some more jeers from his teammates on the bench. Not jeers, but Little pep talks. You got this. This is yours, Fish. Fairbanks winds, and here's the 3-1 up high. Ball 4, and bases are loaded with no outs in the top of the first. Nate Fairbanks not starting how he wanted to. We'll see if he can get out of this. Seth Lloyd, who took some batting practice between games, he and a couple other Outlaws did, trying to get squared away and maybe get the swing back to where they want it. Lloyd, 2 for 4 in that first game, a run scored and an RBI, has bases loaded with no outs. A dribbler to short, and it's slow enough that the only play is at first. Seth Christensen makes the throw to first, and Seth is thrown out, but Reed Gross scores from third. Jagger Mitchell over to third, Ryan Fisher to second, and Seth Lloyd earns the RBI. I'm going to bring Casey Perriman to the plate. Casey hits right into the box, swings on the first pitch, and pops it toward the Jackson dugout. Fairbanks comes over and makes the catch, 2 down. With runners on second and third, the Outlaws have scored 1 run, looking to make it 1 more. And Brendan Thompson steps to the plate. Brendan 3 for 4 against Riverton today with 3 runs scored. He had a double and 2 singles. Scored on a wild pitch and was hit home a couple other times. Takes ball 1. This one gets past Bruno. There may be a play at the plate. Jagger slides in, safe. Got there just before the tag. Little collision with Fairbanks, and Jagger makes sure that Nate is all right after being called safe. Ryan Fisher advanced to third. And I'm not sure. That looks like a pass ball to me. It was a low pitch, a tough one for Bruno to handle. So Evanston starting well. 2 runs in the top of the first. That's the same as they had against Riverton in the first game today. Thompson fouls it down the right side and out of play. Scoreboard says 1-1. I think the umpire just said 2 balls and a strike. That second pitch was a ball. Thompson waiting with 2 outs and a runner on third. Skies one high and shallow in right field. Aaron Moya comes in and can't quite get there. That was shallow enough that Moya couldn't get there from right. Bledgy couldn't get there from second. And Brendan Thompson with an RBI single. That plates Ryan Fisher, and the Outlaws lead 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Great start for Evanston against this Jackson Giants team. Fairbanks glances to first. Thompson with a very short lead and delivers high to Gus Allred, ball 1. Gus, a 2 for 3 day against Riverton with 4 RBIs, a double. That's a 2-run double and a 2-run single. Left-handed hitter, Allred awaits. Fairbanks delivers low, and no, I thought he might have just caught that lower edge of the zone, but no, he did not. 2 balls, no strikes on Gus Allred. Gus also walked once and popped out to third against Riverton. Fairbanks winds and misses down low in the dirt. Bruno scoops it up and throws to second as Thompson made his way down for the steal. Gus Allred with 3 balls, no strikes. Brendan Thompson in scoring position, and Evanston leading 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard to start off this first inning at Giants Field against Jackson. Thompson, a few claps from second base as he takes his lead. Fairbanks winds and misses. Ball 4 walks Gus Allred on 4 straight pitches. And Quentin Bruno, the catcher, says we need a time. Goes out to have a quick chat with his pitcher, Nate Fairbanks, and Coach Jason Huggins comes out to chat with Fairbanks as well. So far, Reed Gross hit by a pitch. Jagger Mitchell singled. Ryan Fisher walked. Bases were loaded. Seth Lloyd a ground out to short, but that scored a run. Then Casey Perriman popped out. Brendan Thompson singled. That scored another run. A pass ball played at Jagger Mitchell just before that, and the Outlaws lead 3-0. At first is Gus Allred. At second, Brendan Thompson, and Kendall Cummings steps to the plate. Again, my apologies. I called Kendall Cummings Kendall Allred through the first game today with Riverton. Cummings waits. Ball, or the pitch high and inside. Thompson running all the way, and both Outlaws advance. Thompson to third, Gus Allred to second. That takes away the force at everywhere but first should Cummings put it in play. There's also ball one high and inside. Fairbanks winds and catches the outside half of the plate. Strike one. Little fastball. Cummings steps back in. He went 0 for 4 against Riverton today, but did reach base on an error and scored a run in the fourth. Takes ball two up high and outside. Cummings steps back in. Outlaws up 3-0. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Top of the first. Fairbanks winds and delivers belt high fastball, strike two. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kendall Cummings. Puts it in play, looper into right field, and this will drop. That scores Brennan Thompson. And Gus Allred started to round third, then held. The throw in gets past Bruno, but backing up, Nate Fairbanks holds Allred at third base. And Kendall Cummings with an RBI single. Brennan Thompson crosses the plate. Gus Allred around to third, and Cummings on that throw home advances to second. So the Outlaws got things going in this first inning with Jordan Schneider at the plate. He's one of the few Outlaws that took some BP between games, and boy, he was crushing it in the batting cage. Fouls his first pitch off over toward the Jackson football field, which is to our north, down the first base side. 1 ball, or no balls, 1 strike on Schneider with 2 outs and runners on second and third. Strike on the outside corner, belt high. Schneider down 0-2. Gross, Mitchell, Fisher, and Thompson have all scored. Allred's on third, Cummings on second after his RBI single. And Schneider loops one into right field. No, not deep enough. Parker Blegy sprints to his left, settles under it, and makes the catch at second base. So the Outlaws with a hot start. 1, 2, 3 hits. 4 runs on those 3 hits. No errors, and 2 runners left on base. Evanston leads 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back with the bottom half of the first on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
We're here to help strengthen our community. Yes, that's right. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we take pride in belonging to our community. We encourage people of every race, gender, and belief to come together and give their all towards the betterment of our community. It's about people helping people. When you join our credit union, you also join a movement. At Trona Valley, we are thankful for our members, member NCUA, trust NCUA, a credit union system that is safe, sound, and secure.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Great start for the Outlaws. Reed Gross leads off being hit by a pitch, and then 3 hits and 4 runs later. Outlaws batted 9 players in that first, top of the first, and Evanston leads 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Set the defensive lineup for you for Evanston. It's Ryan Fisher on the mound, Reed Gross behind the plate, Gus Allred at first, Brendan Thompson second. Third base is Jagger Mitchell, Seth Lloyd at short. Kendall Cummings in left field, Casey Perriman in center, and Jordan Schneider in right. Leading off, Matt Ellingson, the center fielder, number 11, hits left and takes strike one on the outside corner from Ryan Fisher. I know one of the focuses for Ryan in this offseason, this past, I guess, offseason that was improving his velocity, getting ready to pitch at a college level, and Ellingson fouls one off over the Outlaws dugout, third base side. A lot of times, growing up, I always remember the third base dugout being the home dugout, but a lot of places, like here at Jackson, the home dugout looks into the sun all afternoon and evening. So Jackson says, no, our home dugout is the first base dugout. Ellingson takes ball one just a bit up high. Ellingson again hits left. Fisher throws right. So the Outlaws have to look into the sun the rest of this afternoon and into the evening as long as this game goes. Ellingson pops one up. Jagger chases it midway between the line and the dugout and then lunges at the last second to his left to make the catch. One down. Gonna bring Parker Bledgy to the plate. Second baseman, number 4. This Jackson team had a number of All-State members: John Fisher, Matt Ellingson, Seth Christensen, Brian Fates, Javin King, and Quentin Bruno were on the second team All-State last year. Bledgy on the team, but didn't get All-State honors. Fouls his first pitch off. We'll still see Seth Christensen, and I know Fates is gone. Quentin Bruno, we've obviously seen him. He's behind the plate today. High and inside. Bledgy ducks down to dodge that pitch. Fisher waiting. Bledgy hits right. Stout athlete. Takes ball 2 down low from Fish. Seth Lloyd, the winning pitcher for that game earlier, a 10-6 win over Riverton. Outlaws jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first and led as much as 10-3 during the course of the game. Strike 2 down low and away. Caught the zone, and Bledgy has an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One down in the bottom of the first. Evanston leading 4-0, a 4-run top of the first inning for the Outlaws. Bledgy reaches out, protection swing, fouls it off. One down, and on deck, pitcher Nate Fairbanks, in the hole, catcher Quentin Bruno, if we get there. Bledgy steps back in. These Jackson Giants, I'll tell you about the uniforms here in a second. Bledgy fouls another one off back to the screen. It looks like, now it's different colors, but the stripes on these Jackson Giants uniforms look like the old Astros, like from the early 80s, maybe late 70s. Red on top, then a thin blue stripe, red, thin white, little thicker blue, red, white, blue. Fouled down the right field line. Gus Allred chasing, can't quite get there. Bledgy. Count remains 2-2. He's fouled 3 straight pitches off. And working this at bat. Jackson, the red is a typical crimson red. The blue, a navy, like a dark blue, and then the white. Here's the 2-2. Fisher misses down low. That one bounced in front of the plate. Gross able to block that. It hit him in the arm. He rubs the knot out for a moment and then throws the ball, or after he threw it back to Fish. Bledgy waits. Here's the full count pitch, and he fouls it up over the first base dugout and out of play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at bat for Bledgy. Mid at bat, the umpire has to come get a new supply of baseballs. That's how many Bledgy has fouled off. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foul balls by Bledgy. I think all of 5 of those have gone up and out of play. 3-2 pitch again. Bledgy loops it into right field. Schneider chasing and runs over, makes the catch on the run. Good play by Schneider. And key to that was that Jordan got a good jump on the ball. It was hit into right center field, but Schneider makes the grab. 2 down. So Fisher with a tough at-bat, or a tough pitching job against a tough at-bat in Parker Bledgy. And now you get to the number 3 hitter, Nate Fairbanks. Pitcher, number 18. A right-handed hitter, steps into the box. Straight front leg, and hits one down the third baseline. Jagger tries to backhand it, knocks it down, scoops it up, and throws the first way late. And Nate Fairbanks is on first. Saw the first pitch he saw, he took down that third base line. tentatively mark that as an E5. But again, I've got Jason Mitchell, who's a far more intelligent baseball mind than I have. We'll wait to see what his stats are, whether that's an error or a single. Swinging a foul ball by Quentin Bruno, right-handed hitter, cleanup, catcher. Yeah, looks like not a base hit for Fairbanks. So the E5 gets a base runner on for Jackson. Evanston leading 4-0, a 4-run top of the first. We're in the bottom of the first, 2 outs, throw to first, and in safe, diving back in, Nate Fairbanks. Bruno steps back in. He hits right. Fisher throws right, glances to first. Fairbanks with a good lead over there at first, and he's headed for second. Got a great jump. Pitch is a strike. Throw is way late and deflected out into right field. This may be far enough for Fairbanks to head home. He's rounding third, and he'll score. The throw to the plate not in time. Fairbanks all the way around from first base. The steal on the initially to get him to second, and then the E2 gets him to come around and score, either E2 or E4. The pitch to Quentin Bruno was a strike, so he's down 1-1. It must have been a ball. I thought it was called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-1, Outlaws lead. Hit back up the middle. Seth Lloyd ranging to his left. Throws to first. It's a bit high, but Allred has a high glove. He's a tall, lanky character for the Outlaws, and they get Bruno at first. So the 6-3 ground out, but 1 run comes around. No hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on. Evanston leads 4-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back with second inning action when we return on K9, the big dog in country, and mylocalradio.com.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
With a fresh salad bar featuring many different types of salads, soup, and a baked potato bar, there's something for everyone at the Legal Tender restaurant inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn in Evanston, Wyoming. The Legal Tender got its name from owner Jack Dub Mills, a retired FBI agent. Dub interviewed many notorious gangsters like Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. The restaurant is full of original photography and history you won't find anywhere else. Come in today, the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston, Wyoming.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Evanston with 4 runs in the top of the first. Jackson answers with 1 in the bottom half. A couple of Evanston errors allowed Nate Fairbanks to first get on base. Then he stole second. The throw was bonked out into right field, and Fairbanks popped up, raced all the way around third, and scored on that error by the Outlaws. But Evanston still leads 4-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as we start second inning action. And right back to the top of the lineup, Reed Gross led off the first, being hit by a pitch, stole second, and then scored on a Seth Lloyd ground out. And it's Reed Gross back up to the plate. Reed hitting right. Nate Fairbanks in there for another inning. Gross gets a hold of one into, not shallow, not deep, but into center field. Unfortunately, right at Ellingson. He takes about 12 steps to his right, settles and makes the catch, 1 down. Fly out to center field for Gross. Brings Jagger Mitchell to the plate. Jagger 1 for 1 in this game, went 2 for 4 against Riverton, and has scored 4 times between the two games combined. Mitchell hits from the right side and pops one straight up. Bruno chases for a moment, but sees it drifting well out of play over our head. Each one that goes up like that, I get a little bit nervous. I've got a canopy over my head, so I can't see if it's coming down. And I don't know how strong the canvas is. I worry that a baseball falling meteorically from the sky might plunk me in the head. Jagger takes the pitch down and in. Just missed. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mitchell steps back in. Waves the bat a couple of times out across the plate and then fouls it off over the first base side and out of play. Both these teams doing a lot of foul balls. The fans very active, chasing foul balls down, and there's a pipe just off camera to the left side of where, if you're watching on mylocalradio.com. Mitchell swings and misses. The pitch gets away from Bruno. Jagger sprints down to first and is just a step slow. 2 down with Ryan Fisher coming to the plate. Darryl, you're going to get your steps in today just chasing foul balls. That's what he's hoping for. The pipe that goes through the netting so the umpire can come back and grab any foul balls that make their way through or make their way out of play. Fans chase them down and drop them in the pipe. 2 down. Fisher chases 1 down low. Ryan walked and scored in the first. Was hit home on Brendan Thompson's single. On deck, if we get there, Seth Lloyd. Fisher takes a fastball high and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Outlaws played at 4 runs in the first inning and lead 4-1. Fisher, sharp ground ball toward third. Connor Lang, routine play, steps to his left. It was a high bounce, about shoulder height. He made the throw, and the Outlaws go down 1-2-3 in the second inning. That is the Nate Fairbanks that Coach Jason Huggins was hoping would start. But Outlaws lead 4-1. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Bottom of the second coming up when we return on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. It's Evanston 4, Jackson 1 on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Fisher threw 18 pitches to get 4 batters retired in the first. That's far better than Nate Fairbanks' 30 pitches in the first. Fairbanks followed that up with just 8 pitches to get 3 outs in the top of the second. We'll see if Fisher can do somewhat close to the same. This is a Jackson team that can score a lot of runs. They've played some good competition. Getting shut out by Cheyenne Post 6. They scored 12 and went over Evanston, 14 in a win over Rock Springs a couple weeks ago. Ryan Fisher back out on the mound as Seth Christensen steps into the box. Christensen, a right-handed hitter, number 2, the shortstop. Takes ball 1 outside. That one just trailed out. No strikeouts in that first inning for Fisher on the mound, and Christensen fouls one straight up and to the netting. Christensen back in. Fisher, the kick, the wind, misses high and inside. Christensen just turns away from it. Just didn't want to get plunked in the nose, I think, more than anything. Steps back in, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the second, Evanston leads 4-1. Christensen fouls one up and out to the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Christensen's first at bat. He's the number 5 hitter in this Jackson Giants lineup today. Both coaches kind of still trying to figure out lineups. Evanston may have found theirs as Fisher misses low, ball 3, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Perriman would be the only difference should he find himself healthy and be able to play more this season. We'll wish him the best in his recovery. Dribbler or grounder down the left side, foul. And Coach Huggins gets a little bit of jeering as he tried to barehand it and booted it. Count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This at bat becoming reminiscent of Parker Bledgie's in the first inning when he fouled 6 pitches off before lining out to right field. Christensen back into the box. He hits right, tall right-handed hitter, and skies one high to right field. Schneider drifting to his left and makes the grab on the drift. So the P9 brings Will Walker to the plate with 1 down. Chris Perriman injured in practice. I think it was earlier this week, and understood he injured his neck. I'm not sure about any more details than that, so I'm not going to speculate or give any more details. But Perriman will, again, hope that he's well and gets better quickly. It's a player the Outlaws can really use. His bat, his center field. Of course, little bro Casey's done a great job in the outfield today. Swing and a miss for Will Walker, strike 1. Walker, a left-handed hitter. Fisher winds, delivers. Walker fouls it back. You can hear that hit on the screen. I got a microphone right up in front of me poking through that backstop screen, so we get an extra little bit of noise as my mic is kind of resting on one of the ropes from the netting. No balls, 2 strikes for Walker. Swing and a miss outside, and Fisher got him to chase one. Strike 3, first strikeout of the day for Ryan Fisher. That brings Rowan Bruno to the plate with 2 outs. It was at this point in the first inning that Nate Fairbanks reached on an error, stole second. The throw down to second was booted into right field. Fairbanks popped up, raced around third, and scored. That was with 2 outs. We'll see what Bruno does. Ryan Bruno laces one toward left, but Seth Lloyd gets a great jump and robs Bruno of what would have been a single. Instead, it's an L6 line drive to shortstop, and the Outlaws lead 4-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, heading for the top of the third on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. All right, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Giants go down 1-2-3. Fish with just 10 pitches in that second inning to retire those 3 batters. And in the top of the third, Seth Lloyd leads off for the Evanston Outlaws. Takes ball one high and away. Lloyd an RBI on a ground out to short his first time up. 0 for 1. Lloyd laces one deep into left field. It's drifting, hanging, and it stays fair down the left field line. Seth rounds first, takes second, standing up, and stays safely there. Lloyd, there's some power that we saw last weekend. He hit 3 home runs, including a grand slam, and doubles to lead off the third inning. Nate Fairbanks, probably not the start that he was looking for either. Already has had one mound visit from Coach Jason Huggins. Casey Perriman to the plate. Popped out back to the pitcher. It was actually a pop out to the near the dugout, the first base dugout, but Fairbanks made the play. Lloyd taking his lead at first, and Perriman, healthy cut, swings and misses, strike one. It was a belt-high fastball. Good pitch. Perriman just couldn't catch up to it. Casey, 1 for 3 against Riverton today, a run scored and an RBI. Bat on the shoulder. Fairbanks winds, and Perriman pulls it off the shoulder and hits one hard, a line drive, one hopper into left field. Picked up by Bruno. Throws in, but it won't be nearly in time as Seth Lloyd rounds third and scores standing up. Casey Perriman with the RBI single. Great little piece of hitting by Casey. Didn't try to do anything big with it, just took the pitch where it was, back the other way, and into left field for the single and an RBI, and the Outlaws lead 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. That brings Brennan Thompson to the plate. Brennan taps both edges of the dish and then waves the bat. Hit hard to the left side. Caught by Lang, thrown to first, double play. Lang just stabbed his glove up into the air, made the catch, and then the quick throw to first where Casey Perriman was caught off the bag. And the 5-3 double play quickly turns this inning from looking like the Outlaws might rally again to now it's 2 outs and the bases are empty. Gus Allred to the plate. Gus, last time up, walked. Got to third before the inning ended in the first. Chops one toward third. Lang ranging left, goes back, stops, throws, and gets it off the hop. Will Walker adjusts well, and Connor Lang, the third baseman, makes 2 great plays to retire the Outlaws. But Evanston does get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on. 5-1 Outlaws on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bottom of the third when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
In business since 1936, Ellingford Brothers started with 3 brothers building bridges across Wyoming. Over the years, the company has expanded into different aspects tied to construction, including ready-mix, steel fabrication, heavy hauling, hotshot services, and crushers. Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. When it comes to all things construction, come to Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Back at Giants Field where the Outlaws lead 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. You couldn't ask for a better day in Jackson. It's been a little breezy from time to time, but temperatures in the low to mid 60s. I think last time I looked it was 63 degrees. A gentleman walked behind me and said, well, it's really hot down here. It was 63 degrees. Fantastic afternoon. Fisher misses low. Connor Lang, who made at least 2 great plays defensively in the top half of this inning, leading off, takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0 down the middle of the plate, belt high, strike 1. Not sure if Lang was just looking for something different. but he didn't even think about that pitch until it was already past him for the strike. Fouls one off for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6 pitches is all it took for Nate Fairbanks to retire 3 Outlaws in that last inning. Evanston got 2 hits in the inning and a run scored, and leads 5-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Healthy cut. Connor Lang swings and misses. Strike 3, and Fish has his 2nd strikeout of the day. It was a high fastball, and Fisher just blew it past Lang. Brings Aaron Moya, the right fielder, number 25, to the plate. Moya hits right-handed. A little funny stance, straight leg left, bent leg right, kind of leaning back, takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Reed Gross behind the dish. Good job of framing that pitch. See Seth Lloyd there set up at shortstop on your scoreboard camera screen. As Moya swings and misses at some high heat. Strike 2. 5-1 Outlaws. They got 4 in the first, scoreless in the second, added 1 more in the 3rd. Ryan Fisher winds, and Moya skies this one high down the first base line. Allred chasing, Schneider closing, but neither could get there in time. Moya lives to see another pitch in this at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes for Moya. Fisher, the right-handed pitcher, delivers low and outside. Ball 1. That's the first pitch for Moya that was outside of the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the number 9 hitter in this Jackson Giants lineup. Moya fouls one straight back to the screen and stays alive. Fisher at 35 pitches through 2 1/3 innings. Moya waits. Fisher steps off the rubber, resets. Moya just stays in the box. Reset himself, but didn't move his feet. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Moya fooled by a breaking ball down in the dirt. And Fisher with 2 strikeouts. That brings us back to the top of the lineup. And Matt Ellingson, the left-handed hitter, popped out to third base. It was one that was Jagger had to chase down a bit in foul territory, but made the grab. Ellingson swings and laces one into deep left center field. This one will drop. 1 hop to the fence. Cummings picks it up, throws it in. Lloyd, a play at third, and they gunned him down. Ellingson trying to stretch a double into a triple. Lloyd and Mitchell celebrate. Lloyd gives the point out to Cummings to say, great throw, my man. And the Outlaws end the inning in that fashion. So Ellingson, with the double, trying to stretch it into a triple, is thrown out. We'll give it a 7-6-5 gun down at third. 5-1 Outlaws remain on top. Top of the 4th coming when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Giants go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. Strikeout, and then a double that Ellingson tried to stretch into a triple, and the Outlaws gunned him down. Cummings to Lloyd to Jagger Mitchell at third. At the plate, Kendall Cummings. And swung at a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. And chops this one backwards. A ball and 2 strikes. Fairbanks still on the mound for the Jackson Giants. 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws jumped out to a 4-0 lead in their half of the first. And have been good defensively so far. Ellingson delivers. Cummings swings and misses. Again, high heat that he couldn't catch up to. And that's strikeout number 2 on the day for Fairbanks. 1 down, Jordan Schneider to the plate. Popped out to second in his last at-bat. It looked like it was going to be a looper into right field, but just didn't carry enough, and Parker Bledgy made the catch. First pitch for Schneider up high, ball 1. Schneider taking all the way on that pitch that got away from Fairbanks upstairs. Fairbanks on the mound. Quentin Bruno behind the dish. Schneider, high fly ball into shallow center field. Charging in and making the catch, Matt Ellingson. Basket catch at his hip, and that's where he had to catch it because that's where the ball was, and he really got a good jump to get into even make that catch. Will Walker at first, Parker Bledgy at second, Connor Lang, who made a couple of great defensive plays in the third inning. He's at third base. Seth Christensen is short. Reed Gross to the plate. Reed 0 for 2 in this game. Hits one deep into right field, down the line, foul, and to the Giants' bullpen. Outfield left to right is Rowan Bruno, Matt Ellingson, and Aaron Moya. The pitcher, Nate Fairbanks, 30 pitches in the first inning, but then threw just 8 in the second, 6 in the third, and he's at 6 so far here in the fourth. Misses high with pitch number 7, ball 1 for Reed Gross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So he's still up there in his total pitch count, but he's been very good since that first inning. Misses high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike for Reed Gross. And ball 3. Just a little up high. That was right about belt level, but a little bit higher out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike for Reed. And Gross taking all the way. That one in about the same spot, just a bit high. Gross takes his base with 2 outs and a runner on. That's Gross. 5-1. Outlaws with the lead. Jagger Mitchell makes his way to the plate. Practice swing or 2. No, just 1. Steps into the box. Shuffles some dirt around. Get that the batter's box just how he likes it. Taps the plate. And sets for the pitch. Fairbanks. Quick move to his left at first, but then a delayed throw. And so Reed Gross, no danger there, gets back in safe, no trouble. Jagger back into the box. Reed, pretty good lead at first. He's got some speed. And he shows like he's going to head for second, but stops as Jagger fouls it off. No balls and a strike. Mitchell, 1 for 2 in this game. A single and a run scored in the first, struck out in the second. He went 2 for 4 against Riverton earlier with 3 runs scored. So he scored 4 times today and has 3 base hits in 6 at-bats. Fairbanks winds and delivers. Jagger pops this one straight up and back and out of play, and just about took out a few fans making their way into the baseball field, the Giants field. There were some other fans that said heads up, but they didn't. No heads went up from those 4 guys. So no balls, 2 strikes for Jagger. Thanks, man. Jagger holding the bat out over the plate. Reed Gross takes his lead at first. Fairbanks taking his time. Boy, it's like we're frozen. Jagger asks for timeout, but too late. Pitch delivered. Jagger laces it down the left field line, foul. The umpire says, sorry you didn't get that timeout. And Mitchell says, I know, I was a little late. He certainly was. I think he just kept expecting that Fairbanks would wind and deliver, but he just kept standing there. Gross, his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Jagger right back up the middle. Ellingson charging in, makes the catch. Well hit, but right at the center fielder. And the Outlaws go down 1-4 with no runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on base. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Outlaws on top, 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
For those of you who have been thinking about working out but don't know where to start, or have been working out but not seeing the results you wanted, come into Flex Fitness and we will help you find the right program to achieve your fitness goals. A Flex Fitness membership includes a new member orientation that will help you discover your workout personality type so you can achieve your best results. When you know your workout personality type, you will have quicker recovery times, less injuries, and really start to enjoy your workouts. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar S Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
Evanston with 4 runs in the first, another in the third. They had a base runner there in the fourth, but couldn't get him beyond first base. Reed Gross walked, and that was as far as he got. But Evanston with a 5-1 lead. Jackson's only run came in the bottom half of the first. They took advantage of 2 Outlaw errors. Nate Fairbanks reached on an error and then stole second. The throw down to second was booted out into right field, and Fairbanks popped up, raced around to score, and that's Jackson's only run of the day. They've got just 1 hit against Fisher, a double that Matt Ellingson tried to stretch into a triple and was gunned down from left field to the cutoff man to third. It brings Parker Bledgy to the plate, and he pops one down the right field line. Will it stay fair? No, it will not. Schneider can't quite get there in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bledgy has seen about 11 pitches, and he's fouled 6 of them off today, including that foul ball. We've got Nate Fairbanks at 59 pitches so far through 4 innings of work. Ryan Fisher at 40, including that pitch that was just fouled off by Bledgy, who last time ended up lining out to right field. Parker hits one back up the middle. Seth stabs, scoops, throws, and it's there well in time. Good play by Lloyd. The 6-3 ground out retires Parker Bledgy, and that brings Nate Fairbanks to the plate. I was just talking about how he scored his last time up. That was in the first inning. It's the bottom of the fourth, and Evanston leads 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Fairbanks with the Lion King song for his walk-up. And boy, he hit that one just about to Africa, but it's out of play. Really turned on that fastball in the inside corner and cranked it, but well out of play down the third base line. Should say down the left field line, because it was clear out there. Fisher winds, delivers inside, just misses Fairbanks. Ball 1. He was looked like trying almost. He didn't want to reach out, because if you reach out, you're going to say, the umpire will tell you, no, you're just staying here, son. But he almost wanted that one to hit him. Strike 1 on the outside corner from Fish. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the fourth inning. Fairbanks skies one high and deep down the third baseline. Jagger chasing, dives, and I don't think he could get it. I have no angle to see. But based on the umpire said foul ball. And Fairbanks is making his way back to the plate. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evanston leading 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on a beautiful day in Jackson. Fisher back to the rubber. He throws right. Fairbanks hits right. It's righty to righty. Here's the 1-2. Outside corner. Caught him looking. Strike 3. That's Fisher's 4th strikeout of the day. We're in the 4th inning, and Quentin Bruno comes to the plate with 2 down. Bruno, the catcher, number 17, cleanup hitter for this squad, grounded to short in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. Bruno steps back in, or steps into the box. He's a stout and strong-looking athlete. Fisher winds, delivers. Bruno swings, tipped into the glove. Strike 1. Outlaws leading 5-1. They scored 4 in the 1st and then added 1 more in the 3rd. 0-1 from Fisher inside. Bruno turns on it, fouls it down the 3rd base. Not even down the line, toward the Outlaw dugout. Jackson will take on Green River tonight to wrap up today's games. And then tomorrow, Evanston plays Green River. And then I think Green River will take on Riverton. Jackson will take on Riverton as well tomorrow. Bruno skies one into shallow right field. Gus Allred races back, then stops, settles, and drops it. Brendan Thompson came in and felt like a little bit too close from where I'm sitting, but Gus Allred just can't quite hang on to that one. So the E3 allows Bruno to get on base. That's third error of the day for the Outlaws against Jackson, and Fisher's allowed just 1 hit in this ball game. But Jackson's run came on errors. Seth Christensen to the plate, into left field. That finds the hole. Lloyd dives at it, but really had no shot. Second hit of the day puts Bruno on second and has Christensen on first, with Will Walker coming to the plate. Walker struck out swinging in the 2nd and is 0 for 1. See what Fisher, how he reacts. It's tough to, you have that 3rd out on a routine pop-up that gets dropped, and then feel a little discouraged, and then a single maybe adds to that. We'll see how Fisher rebounds here with Will Walker, the first baseman, at the plate. A left-handed hitter. Runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. Walker skies one high to the right side. Gus says, I got it. Allred settles under it, and this time makes sure that thing stays in the glove with 2 hands. And Will Walker flies out to first. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base, but Evanston leads 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the 5th coming right after this on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uinta County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uinta County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Evanston with 4 runs in the 1st, another in the 3rd. Jackson with just the 1 run in the 1st, and Evanston leads 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Ryan Fisher chases one low. Got fooled by Nate Fairbanks' breaking ball. Fairbanks struggled in the 1st inning, threw 30 pitches, and faced 9 batters, 4 runs, 3 hits, walked 3. Since then, he's walked 1 and thrown 29 pitches in the combined second, third, and fourth innings. Breaking ball drops in there, strike 2 to Fish. Ryan 0 for 1 in this game. He went 1 for 4 in game 1, a 2-run homer in the first inning against Riverton. Fouls it off. You hear that clank of the bat as Fisher protects and earns another pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Fairbanks throws right, delivers to the right-handed hitting Ryan Fisher, and that one just misses high. Boy, that looked from here about the same spot that strike 2 was called against Fish. Must have been just a bit higher. Ryan sets back in. Fairbanks delivers, and Fisher skies this one. Fairbanks sprinting toward the Outlaw dugout, claps the glove and makes the catch. Fisher retired, 1 down. Seth Lloyd to the plate. Seth 1 for 2, grounded out to short in the first, but earned an RBI with that ground out. Doubled and scored in the third. That double down the left field line just stayed fair. I hear some noise behind us here. The Green River Knights have arrived. They'll play the next game, the nightcap against the Jackson Giants, scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Lloyd hits left and takes ball 1 just off the outside corner. Lloyd steps back in. He's shown some good power early on this season and takes ball 2, again, off the outside corner. Fairbanks not wanting to give Lloyd something he can get turn on, get a good hit on. Fairbanks misses high, ball 3. Outfield playing just about straight away and fairly deep. Ellingson in center field, not too far from that big green monster. Out straight away in center at Giants Field. Here's the 0-3, or the 3-0 rather, and that one's upstairs. Ball 4. Seth Lloyd walks on 4 straight balls. That'll bring Casey Perriman to the plate with 1 down. Perriman, an RBI single in the third, 1 for 2 in this game. Went 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI in the first. That sacrifice fly against Riverton. Outlaws won the game 10-6. And Evanston, after starting the season 1-3, Outlaws have won 5 straight and have a 5-1 lead over Jackson in the top of the 5th. Perriman takes ball 1, then takes strike 1 down the middle. Casey, right-handed hitter, steps back in, taps both edges of the plate, rests the bat on the shoulder, then lifts it off as Fairbanks gets set to deliver. But Nate throws over to first, a weak, slow move. And that's definitely not his best pickoff move. We've seen quicker moves by him earlier in this game. Seth Lloyd inches out at first. Not a big lead as Fairbanks delivers, and Perriman fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down, a runner on first, and Evanston leading by 4 runs, 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Perriman with a 1-2 count. Fairbanks taking his time. Looks to first, looks to home, looks to first, and delivers low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little surprised to see, we saw it earlier from Jagger. He waiting, then asked for a timeout as the pitch was delivered. But Fairbanks taking his time there on the mound with that runner on first. He misses way outside. It gets away from Bruno, but he's got quick feet. Pops up and grabs the ball, and Seth Lloyd wisely stays at first. Count is full. Perriman was down a ball and 2 strikes. He's worked it full, 3-2 with 1 out. The pitch, and Perriman down the left side. Lang can't get to it. He went high, but it bounced high over his head, bounced higher over his head, and Perriman with his 2nd consecutive single moves Lloyd to second, and runners are on first and second with 1 down, and Brendan Thompson at the plate. Brendan 1 for 2 in the game, and he gets some Pearl Jam walk-up music. Even flow there as Thompson 1 for 2 with an RBI single, a steal, and a run scored in this game. 5-1, Outlaws with a runner in scoring position and just 1 down. Infield playing tight. Well, Will Walker is at first. He's cheating in tight as Brendan Thompson takes strike 1 on the outside half. Walker coming in tight again. Lang at the fringe of the infield, about even with the bag. At third. Thompson hits one deep into left center. Going back and making the catch. What a grab by Matt Ellingson. Sprinting to his right. Reaches across his body and makes the grab with his left. Thompson really got a hold of that pitch, but Ellingson made a great play in center to make the catch. Lloyd tags and advances to third. So Evanston has runners on the corners with 2 outs and a 5-1 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Boy, Thompson just really got a hold of that ball, but I can't say enough. Ellingson with a great jump, and what range to get. It wasn't like it was a high fly, a lot of air underneath it ball. It was a well-hit ball by Thompson, but Ellingson with a fantastic play in center field. It was impressive. To the plate, Gus Allred. Ball 1 up high. Gus 0 for 1 in the game. A walk in the first and grounded to third in the third. It was a great play by Lang to get Allred out. Gus steps back in. Again, went 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs against Riverton earlier today and laces this one right back up the middle. That'll be a one-hopper to Ellingson, and Seth Lloyd will jog home and cross the plate for Evanston's 6th run of the day and Gus Allred's 5th RBI of the day. That advances Casey Perriman to second, and Gus Allred with the RBI single. He's got a 2-run single, a 2-run double, and a 1-run single. An RBI single. Gus Allred having a great day at the plate. Outlaws up 6-1, and Kendall Cummings to the plate. He has an RBI single in the first, struck out in the 4th. Outlaws on first and second with 2 outs. And Cummings takes strike 1 outside corner. It was belt high. Cummings steps back in, taps both edges of the plate. He's got a lean back stance as well. Front leg almost straight, back leg bent back. Steps up and he pops it back toward Fairbanks. He calls everybody off, makes the catch, and that retires. That ends the inning. The pop out to the pitcher. But Evanston does some damage. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 runners left on base. Evanston leads 6-1 as we head for the bottom of the 5th on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll be right back on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazine's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazine's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazine's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Outlaws lead 6-1. Heading for the bottom of the 5th inning, and we'll see hitters 7, 8, 9. Rowan Bruno, Connor Lang, and Aaron Moya come to the plate for Jackson. Evanston offensively has been very good, very efficient against Jackson today. Strike 1 outside corner from Fisher. Rowan Bruno lined out to short in his last at bat. That ended the second. It was a great play by Seth Lloyd. Got a good jump on it and reached across his body to make the catch. Down in the dirt, ball 1 for Bruno. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Fisher had a total of 50 pitches through 4 innings of work. A little dribbler to the right side. Brendan Thompson slides in from his backside, makes the throw. It gets past Gus Allred. Reed Gross picks it up and doesn't throw. Good decision to hold on there. and just deal with the fact that Bruno was safe at second. So a runner on second and a substitution for Jackson. Figure out who this is real quick. Gus Armijo. In for Connor Lang. Armijo hits right and waits. Fisher finds the zone down low on the outside. Strike one. Lang had struck out swinging in the fourth. We saw Armijo play a bunch last year, and he hits a high line drive into right field. Jordan Schneider makes the catch and throws it in. Not deep enough for Bruno to tag. One down and a runner on second. Outlaws leading comfortably 6-1. Probably against Jackson, you're never feeling that comfortable though. So when I say comfortably, that's probably a stretch. It looks like a comfortable lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Fisher against Aaron Moya. Delivers a strike on the outside corner. One down. An 0-1 count. 6-1 Evanston leading on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Fisher winds and delivers. Chopper back to the brick below the backstop. Counts for strike two, and Moya is down in a hole. With a runner on second, Fisher looks in. Got Ryan at about 55 pitches through 4 1/3 innings with one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Fisher glances back to second. Bruno takes a bit of a lead, but not real big, and Fisher delivers just outside. Ball one. I said it is Bruno at second. Raced on an error. That's the fourth Outlaw error. A couple of them resulted in runs, or a run in the first inning. Bruno having to tie his shoelace, gets a timeout. Outlaw defensive set, no shift on. They're playing pretty much straight away. Perriman shifted a little toward left field rather than just being out straight in center field. Fairly big gap in right center, but this is a big outfield. Pitch, curves in, breaks, strike three. Moya ducked away from that breaking ball, and it dropped in over the plate. Fisher's 6th strikeout of the day takes us back to the top of the lineup, and Matt Ellingson, the center fielder. Well, he's earned his keep in center field today. Skies this one straight in the air. Seth Lloyd backing up from his position at short and drifts just to his left to make the catch. No runs, no hits, one error, one runner left on base. The Outlaws lead 6-1 as we head for the top of the 6th inning on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
The Lumberyard in Evanston, Wyoming is your local IFA dealer. The Lumberyard has tons of animal feed lines and accessories to help with your farm and ranch. Since 1923, IFA has worked to manufacture and distribute the highest quality products to the agricultural community. The Lumberyard has partnered with IFA to develop product lines based on customer need. We won't sell you something that doesn't make you successful. Visit us online or at the Lumberyard today, your local IFA dealer, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
A pitching change for the Jackson Giants. Nate Fairbanks' day is done. We went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 2. On the mound, Benny Zarote for the Jackson Giants. At the plate, Evanston, Jordan Schneider grounds one down the third baseline, foul. Schneider will step back into the box. Let me get the the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard back up there for you if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. We welcome you tuned in on KNYN 99.1 The Big Dog as well. Big high kick for Zarote, and he hits the outside corner. Strike 2 on Schneider. Fairbanks in line to take the loss. Unless Jackson can come from behind, then he would get no decision. 6-1, Evanston leads on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and Schneider protects, fouls back, and we'll see another pitch. Reed Gross on deck, Jagger Mitchell in the hole as the Outlaws will flip the lineup back to the top. 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 6th. Jackson, the home team, they'll face Green River after this game. Zarote. Again, that big kick, winds and delivers, and Schneider fouls it off. That's going to be an interesting adjustment for Evanston. I think that extra high kick just delays what looks like the pitch coming just a little bit, and it'll be a bit of an adjustment. Schneider chokes up a touch with a 1-2 count. Zarote nods. Quentin Bruno still behind the plate, and Schneider fouls another one off. That's 3 foul balls in a row for Jordan Schneider, battling to stay alive. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Popped out to second in the first, popped out to center in the fourth. Top of the 6th, and Evanston leads by 5. 6-1. Zarote winds. Schneider pops it into the air, right side. Second baseman Parker Blegy settles under it and makes the catch. So Schneider 0 for 3, 4 pop-outs. 2 of those to second base, 1 down. Brings Reed Gross to the plate. Gross 0 for 1 in this game. He's reached twice and scored once. Was hit by a pitch to lead off in the first and then walked in the fourth. Flew out to center in the second. Gross hits right. Should mention Zarote, he's a right-handed pitcher and misses down low to Gross, ball 1. So we saw Connor Lang get checked out, or Gus Armijo hit for him in the bottom of the 6th, the bottom of the 5th, excuse me. And then I think Lang, is that still Lang over there at third? Or is that Fairbanks? We'll have to keep an eye on that. Gross took ball 2, fouls a pitch off. I'll have to watch this umpire to see what the count is. The scoreboard says 0-1, but that's the third pitch of the at-bat. 2 balls and a strike after that foul ball. Gross steps back in. Bruno sets up. Gross swings and fouls again out of play over the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think that is Fairbanks at third. So Fairbanks moves from the mound to third base. Maybe that's Christensen because it looks like Lang is now at short. Gross hits one to Blegy at second. He makes a nice job of a short hop and throws to first for the out. That is Fairbanks at third, number 18. It stands to reason that so Connor Lang was at third. Gus Armijo batted for him, and then they put Benny Zarote into pitch. Fairbanks moves to third, and so that's, I think it looks like the only change in the lineup for Jackson. Jagger Mitchell, strike 1 outside corner. Tough pitch right there by Zarote. Some movement from our view, left to right. For Zarote, that's right to left from his spot on the mound. The high kick just about knees himself in the nose and misses high. That's a really high kick from Zarote. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jagger Mitchell, 1 for 3 in the game. Singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second, line out to center in the fourth. And chops this one backwards, just a little dribbler. Mitchell's contact there in that 4th inning, that line out to center field was well hit, but right at Matt Ellingson, who's been very good today in center field. Big gap down the right field line. Aaron Moya cheating in, and he's not playing very deep either. Jagger dribbles it down the third base line, and this one foul. Grabbed by Fairbanks, backhanded by Fairbanks in foul territory. So Mitchell, after sprinting down to first in case it had taken a funny bounce back fair, he hustling down the line. Jagger jogs back, takes bat in hand, fixes the batter's box just a bit, and looks down to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outlaws leading 6-1 in the top of the 6th. No base runners. Benny Zarote has done a great job so far. Jagger waits, chops one toward third. Fairbanks, the chest-high hop. Throw is high and off target, but a grab by Will Walker, and then he reaches out and tags Mitchell for the out. So Fairbanks bailed out by Walker's good defensive play at first, and the Outlaws go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Evanston leading 6-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
Outlaws Ryan Fisher out for what would be his 6th inning of work. He's pitched 5 complete. Allowed 3 hits, 1 run, none not earned. Struck out 5. Thrown 60 pitches. So looking at thinking about when Evanston will be back on the field, that's Wednesday. And Fisher, well, if he goes 81 plus, then he would have to have 4 days of rest. That's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He would not be available to pitch against Green River Wednesday. Off the end of the bat and charging in, Jagger Mitchell makes the catch. Bledgy, retired quickly. His first at bat went 10 or 11 pitches, but since then he's seen just 3 total, including that little pop out to third. Nate Fairbanks to the plate. He has the lone run of the day for this Jackson Giants team on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston leads 5-1. And ball 1 low and away from Fisher. Looks like our scoreboard got off-centered a little bit. Let me work on that during these next couple of pitches. Fisher winds and outside corner, strike 1. High and outside, ball 2. Fairbanks struck out looking in the 4th. Reached on an error in the first, stole second, and then came around to score on an error. big cut, swing and a miss on a high fastball, and Fisher blew it past him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of 6, and Evanston leading 6-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jackson beat Evanston earlier this year, 12-6. Second game of the season. Fairbanks skies one high into shallow left center, and it drops. Evanston, a couple of players hustling to try and get there, but it fell in the little Bermuda Triangle, no man's zone. Cummings from left, Perriman from center, and Lloyd from short. Just, it dropped right between the 3. They all hustled but just couldn't get there. The single for Nate Fairbanks, just the fourth base hit of the day for the Jackson Giants. That takes us to Quentin Bruno, who's 0 for 2. Ground out to short in the first and reached on an error in the 4th. Throw to first by Fisher, but back in safe, Nate Fairbanks. On deck, Seth Christensen, who singled in the 4th. Bruno, the catcher, hits right. A lean back stance, takes ball 1 out in the dirt. Outlaws will continue play here at Jackson tomorrow to take on the Green River Knights. We will not broadcast that game here on my local radio, but look forward to Wednesday's game when Evanston plays at Green River at Stratton Myers Park. And then next Saturday, Evanston will be right back here in Jackson for another tournament. And again, we'll have Saturday games on my local radio and here on K9, 99.1 FM, the Big Dog, with no coverage of Sunday's games. Bruno takes time, steps out, gets back in, and Fisher delivers the 1-0. Down in the dirt, gets away from Gross. Fairbanks may have a chance to go to third. Nope, Gross got bet there quickly. 2 balls, no strikes for Quentin Bruno. And again, Bruno 0 for 2 in this game. It's been a beautiful day in Jackson. Starting to feel a little, well, not too hot, but it is warm and just perfect. Bruno awaits, and dribbler, or a sharp ground ball to short. A belt-high hop, and Fairbanks did his job. Seth Lloyd bobbled it, dropped it to the back down to the dirt, and Bruno is safe at first. So Fairbanks on to third, Bruno at first. That's the Outlaws' 5th error of the game. An error is what allowed Nate Fairbanks to score. Actually, 2 errors allowed him to score in the first. Seth Christensen to the plate with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Fisher looks at both runners, mainly concerned about the one at first, and then Christensen fouls it out of play over the dugout toward the concession stand. Again, Christensen at the plate, hits right, popped out to right in the second, and singled in the 4th, but never got past first as Will Walker, the next man up, the man on deck, popped out to second in the 4th. High pitch as Bruno was showing like he wanted to steal second, but then held off. Reed Gross popped up quick, and count is 1-1, a ball and a strike, 1 down with runners on the corners, and Evanston leading 6-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Fisher from the mound and from the stretch winds. A short step, a high fly ball deep into left field, and this is a 1-hop over the fence, a ground rule double. Christensen gets the hop, a 2-bagger. Scores Nate Fairbanks from third, scores Quentin Bruno from first, and holds Christensen at second. And actually, Bruno cannot score on that. Where it's a ground rule double, he has to stay at third. He can advance 2 bases. So that actually, for where that was hit, it worked out well. There's no way Evanston would have been able to get Bruno at the plate. So the score, 6-2 with Will Walker at the plate. Runners on second and third and 1 out. Evanston leads. Outside corner, just misses, ball 1. Walker 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the second, popped out to first in the 4th. Fish winds, delivers, and Walker loops it into right field over the head of Brendan Thompson, so that will score Bruno. Schneider comes in, and they hold, thank you, they hold Seth Christensen at third. Walker with the RBI single. And looking down to the Evanston dugout to see if there's any movement from down there. Can't see clear to the bullpen. The bullpens here at Jackson Field, Giants Field, are down past the dugouts, and I just don't have an angle to see if Evanston has anybody warming up. Ryan Fisher, that's 3 hits in the last 4 batters. Rowan Bruno skies one into shallow left field. Seth Lloyd going back, makes the catch, and Seth Christensen thought about tagging from third, but Lloyd holds him. So with runners on the corners, Bruno pops out to shallow left field, and that brings us to, is this Gus Armijo? No. This is the pitcher, Benny Zarote. Zarote hits left, steps into the box, and he's plunked hard. Fisher just missed high and inside. And so Zarote will take his base. And that loads the bases. For Aaron Moya. Moya, who's 0 for 2, struck out swinging and struck out looking. Has a chance. I mean, he would be the go-ahead run at the plate. Fisher had walked none prior to this inning. That hit batsman was the first free base of the day, other than errors that Fisher has, I should say without the errors. That's the first free base that Fisher has given up today. High heat, too high, ball 1. Moya hits right, Fisher back to the mound. He's working on close to 80-plus pitches. Moya chips one back. A foul ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Moya. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Moya waits. Bases loaded. And takes ball 2 upstairs. Fisher at about 20 pitches in this inning. Just misses ball 3. 3 balls and a strike for Aaron Moya. Again, 0 for 2 on the day, a couple of strikeouts. Fisher takes a little bit of an extra time to walk around the mound. Moya hearing some pep talk from his teammates in the dugout. Fouls a pitch back to the screen. That went off the shoulder of the umpire. Just grazed the left shoulder as it passed by his left ear. Full count, bases loaded. The tying run, potential tying run, is on first base. Evanston leads 6-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Fisher looking in. Moya waiting, waving the bat. Runners go. And strike 3, looking on the outside corner. Fisher gets him looking to end the inning and the threat for now. Aaron Moya, 3 strikeouts on the day. Jackson scores a couple in the bottom of the 6th, and we head for the top of the 7th when we return on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. It's Evanston 6, Jackson 3 on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
When you have your vehicle serviced by the experienced, certified technicians at Rocky Mountain Yeti, you'll have a legendary experience. With a comfortable customer waiting area, you can watch the big screen television or use the free Wi-Fi while you enjoy free hot waffles with ice cream. Our professional technicians work on all makes and models and handle everything from routine service to major repair. Stop in today, 100 Wasatch Road, Evanston. Visit www.yetiauto.group. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, tronavalley.com, member NCUA.
Back at Giants Field for the top half of the 7th inning. The Outlaws scored 4 runs in the first, added 1 more in the 3rd, and then another in the 5th. Jackson with a furious rally attempt in this bottom of the 6th inning. They scored 2, had bases loaded, but a strikeout for Ryan Fisher ended the threat. Evanston leads 6-3. Fisher trying to help his own cause. Laces one into left field. It goes through the legs of the defense. So Fisher, Rowan Bruno back there in left, just didn't get down on it, and Fisher's single is stretched into a double. That was Ryan's first hit of this game. Walked and scored in the first, but had not gotten a hit against Jackson. Benny Zarote on the mound for Jackson. And they intentionally walk Seth Lloyd, with first base open anyways. Probably an easy decision there for Coach Jason Huggins to not let Lloyd come up and break this game wide open again. A 6-3 lead. Outlaws with runners on first and second. Now a force at every base. And Casey Perriman is at the plate. Strike one outside corner down low in the zone. That's a pretty pitch by Zarote. A tough one. That's definitely a first pitch that most batters are not going to go after. Perriman with the bat on his shoulder, hits right, Zarote throws right. Bruno set up outside. Perriman takes ball one down in the dirt on the inside half of the plate. So Zarote not hitting where I think Bruno was set up for the pitch to come. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Evanston up 6-3 in the top of the 7th. Perriman skies one into right field. Shallow right to Blegy. Moves quickly to his left, settles under it, and makes the catch. He's been active today. And the Outlaws have 1 down with runners on first and second. Again, Fisher doubled. It was a single that went through the legs of Rowan Bruno, and Fisher easily made it to second standing up. Seth Lloyd intentionally walked. Casey Perriman pops out to second. Brendan Thompson at the plate. Thompson hits right, takes ball one way up high and inside. Brendan has had a good day. 3 for 4, 3 runs scored against Riverton. And against Jackson, an RBI single in the first, but is 0 for 2 in his last couple at-bats. Takes ball 2 down in the dirt. Easy eye there for Brendan Thompson to watch that one go by. Outlaws last year had 2 first-teamers in the All-State. Seth Lloyd, one of them. Brandon Wicks, of course, gone. Griffin Mitchell also was on the second team, and he's finished off his Outlaws career. Brendan Thompson skies one about the same spot that Casey Perriman did. And again, Blegy settles under it and makes the catch. 2 down with runners on first and second. And Gus Allred to the plate. Gus, last time up, had a runner on third. Seth Lloyd and Allred hit him home with an RBI single. We'll see what Allred can do here as the Outlaws try to get an insurance run or 2, leading 6-3 in the top of the 7th at Jackson. 2 strikes, or two outs, and Allred steps into the left-handed batter's box and hammers one into right center field. This will drop, and it does not get past Ellingson, but will score Ryan Fisher from second. Gus Allred with another RBI single his 6th RBI of the day in the 2 games combined, 2nd RBI in this game against Jackson. Allred is 2 for 3, 2 RBI singles plus a walk, and the Outlaws lead 7-3. An insurance run. Ryan Fisher doubled to lead off the inning. Seth Lloyd moved to third on that single by Gus, and Allred, of course, at first with the single. That brings Kendall Cummings to the plate. An RBI single in the first for Kendall. And he waits. Skies one high into right field. Down the line. This will maybe drop. No. Aaron Moya covered tons of ground, comes in, makes the catch, and ends the Outlaw threat. But Evanston does get 1 run in. An insurance run to make it 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws lead by 4 in the bottom half of the 7th, coming up on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Ryan Fisher looking for the complete game victory at Jackson. He's so far allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, and he'll have to face the top of the lineup if he's going to make this thing happen. Jackson will have Matt Ellingson, Parker Bledgy, and Nate Fairbanks. Hitters 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go from there. Outlaws lead by 4, 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. It's been a good day so far for Evanston. A 10-6 win over Riverton to start the day. Well, to start the afternoon. That one started at 2 at 4:30. Evanston will play against Green River tomorrow afternoon. Fisher winds and delivers to the left-handed hitting Matt Ellingson, who takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Fisher has allowed 5 hits, 3 runs. Kicks and delivers outside, down low, ball 1. He's kept his pitch count low. That's 84 pitches through 6 full innings. Ryan nods, shakes 1 pitch off, and then nods, winds, and misses just a bit high. A breaking ball that hung a little too long. Might have been outside as well, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Matt Ellingson. He's 1 for 2, a double in the 3rd that he tried to stretch into a triple and was hosed at 3rd. Ellingson fouls this pitch off well out of play over the third base Outlaw dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fisher walks back to the mound. 2-2. Ellingson steps in. Again, hits left. Ryan winds, delivers high. Ellingson chases, skies it into shallow right field. Nope. Right center field coming up, and Casey Perryman makes the catch, 1 down. We'll call that a pop out to center field. I guess a pop out, maybe a fly out. Either way, it's an out, and Evanston 2 outs away from a win at Jackson. Outlaws would improve to 7-3. It would be a 6th consecutive win. Should Evanston hold on here? Parker Bledgy has had 1 long at bat and 2 very short ones. He's 0 for 3. Steps in the right-handed batter's box and takes ball 1 high and inside. Bledgy, in his first at bat, fouled off 6 pitches, and it was an 11 or 12 pitch at bat before he lined out to right field. Strike 1 on the inside corner to Bledgy. His second at bat grounded out to short after seeing he hit the second pitch he saw, and then in the 6th, swung at the first pitch he saw and popped out to 3rd. It's the 1-1 from Fisher inside. Bledgy has to turn away from it. Just misses catching him on the hip. 2 balls, 1 strike. On deck is Nate Fairbanks. Quentin Bruno in the hole if we get there. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. Evanston leading 7-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Blegy hits one into left. It was almost off the end of the bat. Not a ton of power, but found the spot. And Blegy has his first base hit of the day. Just the 6th hit of the game for the Jackson Giants. And that brings Nate Fairbanks, the Lion King, to the plate. Singleton scored in the 6th. Reached on an error, stole second, and scored in the 1st. He has scored 2 of the Giants' 3 runs on the day. Fairbanks steps in, waves the bat. Fisher throws to first. Ryan at about 90 pitches to this point in the game. Now, the American Legion rules specify that a pitcher can, at max, throw 105 pitches in a game. Fisher's 15 away from that. If he gets upwards of 100, this game may be extending longer than the Outlaws want it to. 7-3, Evanston on top, but a runner on first, 1 down, and a 1-0 count to Fairbanks after he takes ball 1 high. Fairbanks steps back in. He's a tall right-handed hitter, waves the bat, and swings. High fly ball into center field, shallow center, and Casey Perriman comes in off 1 hop, pulls it in, a single for Nate Fairbanks. That advances Parker Blegy to second base. And this Jackson team doing what Coach Jason Huggins wants them to do at this point, not try to crush the ball. They're not going to win this game with 1 swing of the bat. Let's get on base, hit safely, and we'll string together a few base hits to score a few runs and get back in it. Quentin Bruno to the plate, reached twice on errors, scored in the 6th after reaching on an error, but he's 0 for 3. Swings and chops it foul, third base side. No balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. So you've got a double play opportunity if we get a ground ball in the infield. The Outlaw defense in the infield playing at double play depth. Gus Allred in shallow at first. And Quace Bruno decides to bunt. Instead, Bruno takes a plunk on the left upper arm, is hit by the pitch, and that loads the bases. Pushes Blegy to third. Fairbanks at second and Bruno at first. No movement from the Outlaw dugout. They're going to continue to ride Ryan Fisher. Seth Christensen to the plate. Christensen doubled and singled in this game. A 2-run double, or a not 2-run, a 1-run double in the 6th inning. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. It was a ground rule double that kept Bruno at second because he had started at first. Christensen, again, a long line drive into left. Diving and unable to make the play is Kendall Cummings. Perryman throws into Lloyd. That scores 2 runs, and it's 7-5. Blegy from third. Fairbanks from second. Quentin Bruno over to second, and Christensen with a 2-run single has 3 RBIs in the game. That brings us to Will Walker, who had an RBI single in the 6th and is 1 for 3. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, popped out to first in the 4th. He's a left-handed hitter, and Fisher, with that, is at 95-plus pitches. Still 1 down with runners on first and second. Again, the infield playing at double play depth, and Walker laces this into right field. It was short enough, and Schneider charged well enough that runners advanced station to station. Bruno to third, Christensen to second, and Walker in at first. Bases loaded, and the potential tying run is in scoring position. 7-5, Outlaws lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Rowan Bruno to the plate is 0 for 3 today. Line out to short. Reached on an error in the 5th and popped out to short in the 6th. A mound visit for the Outlaws. Chat with Ryan Fisher and see if he wants to still try and finish this one out. Gus Allred pats him on the right shoulder as the Outlaw infield defense comes in to chat, to join in on the conference as well. Outlaws led by as much as 6-1 after the midway through the 6th inning. But Jackson, after one run in the first, has scored 4 combined in the 6th and 7th. And the Giants have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. They are the home team. So an extra base hit could end this game. Rowan Bruno, 0 for 3, hits right, swing and a miss, big cut, strike 1. Outlaws just need 2 outs before giving up 2 more runs. Sometimes those last 1 or 2 outs are the hardest ones to come by. Fisher winds, delivers, Bruno, chopper to short. Lloyd scoops it, bobbles it, and can't make the throw. Bruno scores. Seth Christensen to third, Will Walker to first, and the Outlaws. Errors had not killed them through most of this game, but that one hurts. That's a 6th error of the game, I believe, for the Evanston Outlaw defense. They'd kind of put one here, put one there, but it hadn't been that costly. Benny Zarote at the plate, takes strike 1. Bases still loaded. Ryan Bruno on first. Will Walker at second. Seth Christensen at third. Zarote, a left-handed hitter. A one-run game. Zarote back to the pitcher. Fisher throws to home. They get the out there. Throw to first in time. A double play ends it, and Evanston wins 7-6. Great throw and a play by Fisher to Reed Gross and over to Gus Allred at first. Fisher with the complete game 7-6 victory over the Jackson Giants. The Outlaws hold on through a furious comeback by Jackson for a 7-6 victory. Stay tuned. We'll have your post-game wrap-up with Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and wrap this thing up when we return. Again, a final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston 7, Jackson 6 on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
A 2-0 day for the Evanston Outlaws, 10-6 win in the first game of the day against the Riverton Raiders. And then Evanston jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning against Jackson. Reed Gross was hit by a pitch. Jagger Mitchell singled. Ryan Fisher walked. Seth Lloyd grounded out, but earned the RBI to get a runner across the plate. An RBI single by Brennan Thompson and an RBI single by Kendall Cummings for Evanston in that first inning. And that was the difference they needed, those 4 runs. They scored one more in the third. Seth Lloyd doubled to lead off, and Perriman singled him home. Lloyd scored again after walking in the 5th and was hit around by Gus Allred, who finished the game with 2 RBIs. Outlaws would score one more in the top of the 7th, and that was just what they needed, just enough. As Jackson scored 1 in the first, they were down through the entire game, and made a little bit of a comeback in the bottom of the 6th. They scored 2 more runs. Then really the rally came in the 7th inning. It was 7-3 for the Outlaws heading into the bottom of the 7th, and Jackson scored 3 runs. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs, or with 1 out. Bruno reached base, and then with the bases loaded, the Outlaws, a little dribbler right back to the pitcher. Fisher threw home. It was a 1-2-3. Fisher threw home. Reed Gross threw to first. A 1-2-3 double play to end the game, and the Outlaws earned the win. Ryan Fisher, the winning pitcher, goes 7 innings, allows 10 hits, 6 runs, just 3 of those earned. Struck out 6, hit 2, didn't walk anybody, and no home runs allowed for Fisher. The Outlaws were led today at the plate. I'll give you some, just run through the stats real quick. Reed Gross, 0 for 2 at the plate today. Make that 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and walked and scored 1 run. Jagger Mitchell, 1 for 4, scored a run. Ryan Fisher, 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. And Seth Lloyd, 1 for 2, scored twice and had an RBI. Lloyd with a double in the 3rd. Casey Pearman, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Brennan Thompson, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Gus Allred, another great day at the plate. 2 good games for Gus. He was 2 for 3 in the first game with 4 RBIs against Riverton, and then he goes 2 for 3 with 2 more RBIs against Jackson. A 6 RBI day for Gus Allred. Cummings. Kendall Cummings goes 1 for 4 with an RBI, and Jordan Schneider 0 for 3. Today. And coming over to join us is Jason Lloyd here on the postgame show. Just walking by. We'll get him on the mic. I appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, no problem.
A great day today. Let's I think the first thing we got to talk about is the way that one finished, right?
Yeah, that my blood pressure is a little higher. But you know what? Our kids, that's the adversity we need to get through.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to close them out. Ryan Fisher pitched a heck of a game.
Oh, man.
Very efficient. I think going into 5 or 6, he was like at 65 pitches. So
yeah.
I mean, just really, he was at a 10 pitch inning there for a little bit. And but you know, errors. We had some mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what got this Jackson team back in the game, and our kids know that. And that's early in the season. We obviously you're going to make mistakes,
right?
But limit them. I mean, we got to do the small things and get those extra outs to help us out and help your pitcher out.
When you sent Coach Thompson went out to the mound right there before that last couple of batters, and what was the discussion there? Was it kind of a, hey Ryan, you want to finish this thing out? I mean, you tell me.
We knew he was going to finish out, and it was just giving him some time, breathe.
Gotcha.
You know, hey, you're at 7, 8, 9 batter.
Yeah.
Just give us a ball. Give us a ball. Just give us a ground ball. You know.
Yeah.
Be confident in it and give us your pitches, and that was basically it. So
how tough is that for a pitcher to, because give us a ground ball. So then he did, but there was an error.
Yeah.
Okay, one more
ground ball, and to happen to come right back at the pitcher and get a double play. You don't expect that. Just the plays at home.
Right.
And that was the other thing. We send him out to the mound to let our infield know, hey, the play's at home. We can't give up any more runs now.
Right.
So just to kind of let everybody relax. Everybody take a deep breath. Everybody make a play, and go from there. So and it worked out in our favor.
Yeah, it sure did. Double play, a 1-2-3 double play to finish out Jackson. And you guys had lost to them earlier in the year. This time you get the win. You got some early offense, and that was a big deal.
Yeah, and we scored 1 run. Here and there. We need to score every inning.
Okay.
We need to do it, but 1 run is good. We feel like we win, but still that big run where they walked Seth. Ryan Fisher got a base hit, right? And then they walk Seth. So Ryan Fisher gets a double. Ryan gets they walk Seth. And then Gus comes up big with 2 outs for that extra run. Because if it doesn't, with that run, we're a tie ball game. Now we're in extra innings.
You mentioned Gus. He had 6 RBIs today.
Yeah.
4 against Riverton, 2 more against Jackson.
Yeah, he hit the ball really well today.
Yeah.
Really well. Just did a great job.
Now, I know that's not what you – typically that's not what you expect out of your number 7 hitter. But is that the kind of hitter Gus is?
Yeah. He's in that spot for those reasons, because the way that falls is he's been hitting the ball really well, and he's hitting it hard on a line. And he's confident right now, and we've got him in a good spot right now.
Coach, 2 good wins today, a 10-6 win over Riverton, and you had really just pasted them a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure you didn't expect that today, though.
No, and we were worried about our kids coming out.
I got you.
But they had some different kids that looked like too. But yeah, our kids came out and did a good job, and our bats are still hot. I think we ended up with 12 hits, I think, the first game or something like that. 10 or 12.
12.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Yep. So, I mean, our offense is rolling really well, and our arms so far has looked really good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good win. Way to go. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coach Jason Lloyd, good luck tomorrow with Green River.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Gus will be on the mound tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. All right. Coach Jason Lloyd, thanks so much for joining us here on the post-game show. I think that'll wrap it up for us here in Jackson. Again, apologies, but just a company policy. We just don't generally cover games on Sundays unless they are state tournament or state culminating event type games. So no coverage tomorrow of Gus Allred on the mound for the Outlaws against Green River. But we'll have updates and scores, and I'll let you know. Again, Green River, Evanston will play at Green River next Wednesday, and we should be able to we will cover that one unless it gets canceled again, like other games at Green River have been canceled so far this year. Evanston will be back here in Jackson next Saturday. Schedule of that is to be announced, but we'll cover next Saturday's games here in Jackson as well. Again, 10-6 win for Evanston over Riverton to start the day off, and then a 7-6 victory by the Outlaws over Jackson, which, what a comeback by the Giants. Ryan Fisher, the winning pitcher in Game 2, goes a complete 7 innings and struck out 6, allowed 6 runs, 3 of those earned, and Evanston holds on for the win with a 1-2-3 double play with the bases loaded to hold on for that victory. So a 2-0 day for the Outlaws, who improved to 7-3. That's 6 consecutive wins for Evanston. Well, that'll do it for me. I'm Ryan Steinekert here at Jackson in Giants Field in Jackson Hole. Again, no coverage of Outlaws tomorrow, but I think Jake will be back on the mic for the Outlaws at Green River on Wednesday. Until then, go Outlaws.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.